And most often, when they demolish, they won't see the developer anywhere. He will disappear into the thin air. That is what is happening. The Inspector General of Police, who is a die-hard crime fighter, I know he's going to approve me to be the pioneer head of the property unit of the Nigerian Police. If you don't have any of them, it's a crime. You are not supposed to be on the road marketing.
Before you move, relax. Update today. This update, you go need them. You get why. Good day and welcome to Encumbered Properties Red Alert. On this show, we bring you details of encumbered properties, disputed properties, or properties that for any reason not available for sale. And based on how it be today, we have a notice coming from the light of the nation. Letter of public notice exclusively obtained by EncumberedProperties.com says, members of Obidu Ugu family in Okboza village, Onitsha, and some other unknown persons have been selling already allocated plots of lands within Trans-Nkisi Layout Phase 2 to innocent buyers in the guise that the said property belongs to the family. This is purely a criminal act, if you ask me. You are by this notification warned to refrain from patronizing anybody or group of persons claiming to own a property in the aforementioned area, Trans-Nkisi Layout Phase 2. At least for now, until you confirm the genuineness of that property on our platform, www.encumberedproperties.com. It is time to go seek expert opinion to get a clearer understanding of the matter. Please stay with us. Good to have you again, Mr. Madueke Enwere.
Thank you, Rex.
It's my pleasure.
Same here.
Very well. Sir, on the allocated lands in Trans-Nkisi Layout Phase 2, Anambra State, the government in Anambra has vowed to protect owners of land in government-designated layouts. So I want to ask this question. Why wait until innocent buyers fall victim before doing something about it?
It bites my imagination. A government with executive powers that has gotten credible information that a particular family, Obidu Ugu family, are the ones responsible for deceiving the members of the public, collecting money from innocent people. They already know the family in question. What is a responsible government supposed to do? You bring them to book.
Right.
Let them face justice. If not that we are here giving voice to that notification, a lot of people wouldn't have known that this is going on in Trans-Nkisi Layout.
You're right.
How many people knew that this was going on or this is going on? So when you talk about preventive measures, the lame publication which we are privy to as a platform, so many Nigerians, home and abroad, they don't know about this. In respect to prevention, that is why EncumberedProperties.com is a novel one. You know, this platform is the only real estate fraud prevention platform. And how do we do that? By bringing this kind of notifications to the members of the public so that they don't fall victim. So the idea of the government, bringing bulldozer when the act is already done, they're not helping anybody.
Gaskelly speaking.
So we are actually helping innocent buyers from not falling victim, not developing, and suddenly you discover that the person who has sold to you doesn't have the right to sell. The place in question is already acquired by the government and under the allocation of the government, already allocated to the members of the public like yourself. So if, for instance, you are interested in that area, the advice is that you don't patronize any private person. Go straight to the Ministry of Land to find out if there are still allocations within that axis that are still available. You can be able to get Professor Muchaze, some professor of law. He was my professor at Unizik. He'll be able to attend to you definitely. No need of falling into the hands of land grabbers and scammers.
Very well. I want to ask you, a personal question, more like you now speaking to the conscience of humans. What would you say about land grabbing and subsequent sell-off to innocent buyers without remorse?
Land grabbing is thriving in Nigeria for one reason.
Okay.
And I've said it on this platform over and over again, and I will say it again. One major reason land grabbing is thriving is because the government is leaving the substance to pursue shadow.
What do you mean by that?
A situation where Mr. A will go into a land that doesn't belong to him and sell to Mr. B. And Mr. B begins to develop. And the government will come and demolish the building already put up by Mr. B without chasing and running after the land grabber that sold it to Mr. B.
Right.
Does it make sense? So who is the victim? An innocent buyer. That's why we want all Nigerians. The only place you will get undiluted and timely information that will save you from land scammers is to subscribe to this channel. If you've not already done it, do it now. And for the interest of your friends and family members who might be somewhere, who might not know that a free platform like this exists, we advise you to also share the content of this video so that you spread the good news. You will be saving a life somewhere. You may not understand what it means to save up 3 million up to 10 to 15 million, and that axis is going as much as over 15 million at the moment. And tell me, an average Nigerian affording 15 million and building a structure on it tomorrow,
to demolition,
demolition, it doesn't make sense. That's why we are here, to save you from making costly real estate investments.
Now let's talk about these scammers. You said something that got me, that land grabbing is gaining grounds in the country for certain reason you mentioned. I don't know. These scammers and land grabbers, they often sell same property to more than 4 people, knowing fully well the implications of their action. Why do you think this menace is gaining grounds in the real estate sector? Would you say lack of actionable policies or absolute disregard of the rule of law?
One is absolute regard to the laws of the land. 2 is because the land grabbers know that there won't be
absolute regard or disregard?
Absolute disregard.
Okay.
To the laws of the land. The laws are there anyway.
Right.
There is a law against another person going into another person's property. We have, going into another, we have tort law that forbids you from getting access into another person's property without the person's consent. Is there, and selling another person's property, whether it's a private person or government, it amounts to OBT now. Right. OBT, everybody knows about obtaining under false pretense. You know that this land is out of your hand, it's not your own, or you've already sold to somebody else, and you now begin to resell to another person. It's obtaining under false pretense. So the laws are there, but the problem is that we are having the issue of implementation. If I have my way, and I know that I will pursue it, to create a property unit in the Nigerian Police, where everybody marketing any, especially those in mass housing, who will not get any approval once somebody in the government promises them that, I'm going to, you're interested in mass development, which area? You say, I'm interested in Guzape 2. How many plots? And there is a promise. They will print flyers and begin to market when their location has not come out, when the building plan is not drawn.
Nobody's checkmating others.
Nobody's checking. You see people on the road every day, at every juncture. You see men and women, children throwing flyers, knocking at your door as you are driving.
Non-existent properties.
For you to wind down, they will throw flyers into your car. You see well designed and well packaged flyers, and by the end of the day, if you do your due diligence, you discover that no approval,
or possibly the estate is non-existent.
By the end of the day, they will tell you, they want to open up, they will tell you, we are expecting approval to come out. Some of them will tell you that the money we are gathering is just to make sure that we follow up with our approval, blah blah blah. You hear stories like that. So once I have my way, God has enabled us to open up this platform for the interest of the members of the public. I tell you, I am going to push it up, and I believe the Inspector General of Police, who is a die-hard crime fighter, I know he's going to approve me to be the pioneer head of the property unit of the Nigerian Police. We will be able to sanitize what is happening, because you see a lot of people on the street. We should be able to collect those flyers. With the content of those flyers, we follow up at the relevant agencies. Does this estate exist at so place? Has this estate gotten this approval? Has this estate gotten that approval? Has this estate gotten this approval? If we gather all this information, we go after them. We pick them up.
And this will help sanitize the
whoever that has printed those flyers and given to the jobless Nigerians. You know, now we have a lot of jobless people, who are looking, they will promise you, okay, anyone you sell, you make a commission of 15%. In addition to the commission of 15%, you still pay your salary of maybe 20,000, 30,000. We have a lot of youths who are not doing anything, who would prefer to be under the sun, marketing all that. You know, I don't blame them. The people, there is what we call, lifting the veil. You lift the veil of incorporation to know the real people who have incorporated that company, who are marketing that. We call them and bring them. Okay, where is your statutory right of occupancy? The person has to produce it. If it is not produced, it's a crime. We hold you for that. Where is the building plan? You produce the building plan. Where is the approval? You produce it. Environmental impact assessment, you produce it. All the necessary approvals across board, interagency, that will give you approval from the physical planning, all of them. If you don't have any of them, it's a crime. You are not supposed to be on the road marketing.
This makes a lot of sense.
Because these are the things that make development control to, by the end of the day, come to demolish without knowing that they are not demolished. Because the development control, what they actually think is that most developers in the FCT are actually developers indeed. In other words, that they put their money from foundation to the rooftop
without knowing they take
without
from
knowing that most of the estate they see standing is the subscribers that built from foundation to the rooftop. So they will think that they are actually checkmating all these irregularities, the criminality, without knowing that the people bearing the brunt is not the said developer who has already collected money for the land,
the subscribers,
and collected money for what they call infrastructural development, and disappear. And most often, when they demolish, they won't see the developer anywhere. He will disappear into the thin air. That is what is happening. That is what is happening.
He saw it coming. The reason he disappeared before time.
So what is driving the illegality in the real estate sector? Land grabbing, multiple selling, violating the master plan, going outside what has been approved for them, even selling when they've not even gotten allocation, is because they are not being called to book. How many you see EFCC has arrested internet scammers, has arrested? How many times have you read, except the Chibike last 2 weeks, that was caught marketing and collecting money from people over inexistent plot of land? It is just one out of so many. One out of so many. There are so many of them doing the same thing.
Even on
that
social
have
media.
not been tracked. Yes, now there are so many of them.
Gascally speaking.
So until law enforcement agents, of which I belong to one, begin to pay attention to real estate fraud, the fraud will continue. And I tell you, let them go and begin to stop me from the office of IG. I tell you, I am spearheading the property unit of the Nigerian Police towards making sure that what we are doing here, informing people, making sure that they don't fall victim. We also have the backing of the IGP to go after those fraudsters.
The intervention is
and
timely.
when we prosecute them 1, 2, 3 here and there, others will now have to calm down. Others will stop the perpetration of the evil against the members of the public. Until we do that,
I hope this works, because it's really a welcome development.
Definitely it's going to work. Definitely.
Thank you so much, Mr. Madueke. I see how passionate you are, about sanitizing the real estate sector. May God make it easy for all of us.
Amen.
It's been more like a discussion class with Mr. Madueke Enwere. I have learned a lot. I sure know you too have learned. Take everything you've learned to heart and spread the gospel by sharing this video. You could save millions of lives only by sharing this video. Let's join our hands together to make the real estate industry safer and better for all. Would you like to get similar updates on encumbered properties, disputed properties, or properties that for any reason not available for sale? Then, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on our social media handles. Visit our website www.encumberedproperties.com to get real-time notifications on encumbered properties, disputed properties, or properties that are for any reason not available for sale. Till I come your way again, stay safe and stay out of troubled properties. I am Rex Chinedu Agwawike, thanking you for watching.